Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and I'm coming to you with Sunday morning craft and chat number 17, and unfortunately is Sunday evening. I have been extremely busy all day, and so I thought I'd just jump in and touch base with everybody and say hi and just show you what I've kind of been working on. I am, if you're not aware, I'm doing 12 days of Christmas for my granddaughter who is in kindergarten. I'm doing 12 days of Christmas for her teacher and her bus driver. Plus I will be working on getting ready for her art teacher, her music teacher, and her gym teacher a small Christmas gift as well. And also for her classmates, we are gathering goodies for her to pack up in a little gift bag for them too. So today I was putting together these little sleighs, and I wanted them not to be so like red like Santa Claus. I thought these are adult women, so I thought they might enjoy something just pretty. And I used Dollar Tree, and I didn't get a regular one out. Let me grab one out of the... Oh, maybe I don't have another one. All right, I'm not seeing one. Oh, there we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Like fighting. So I used just these Dollar Tree sleighs, and I picked these up last year. I didn't see them in my area this year. They might have had them and they might have sold out, but these are from last year, and they're just a little sleigh with wood runners. So I sawed down these extra pieces here and then just kind of sanded the edges, and then I painted them black, and then I created these little box pieces to go on top with just regular chipboard. If you don't have chipboard, you could use cereal boxes or whatever size box you want and glue like 3 of them together, and you'll have the thickness of a chipboard. So if you want it thicker, glue more sections together. And I just created this shape myself, and on the bottom I just glued down another piece of chipboard on the top of this that was this long. That's all I did. So this one is ready to go. And I decided to make my next one just a little bit shorter. I think this is quite tall. I'm going to fill it with candies, but I think I took off like, maybe 3/4 of an inch or so. And this is just another piece of chipboard, and I painted it all black to match that. So we're just going to glue that on there, and we'll just chit chat and assemble. I even still have some cocoa going here because I like cocoa this time of year. So I'm just adding some hot glue to that. And I'll line it up right there. So yeah, so I've just been busy. Loie is my cousin, and she will comment quite often. She watches my videos. Hi, Loie. Thanks for the party yesterday at your house. Her daughters and her sister decided to have a little get together, of course, at Loie's house. Makes it easier for everybody, right? And so me and my daughter and my granddaughter, we went to that. They were doing like ugly sweaters, and my daughter and I, we kind of got into it. We had fun creating some very ugly sweaters. And my husband just shook his head as we walked out the door. But we had fun. And actually, my daughter ended up winning. And so, yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. We were only there a few hours, but it was fun. We had enjoyed ourselves. So, and they're planning to do another one next year. So everybody's like, game on for next year with the competition. So it was fun. So thanks again, Loie, for the great fun we had. And But so we were messing with that yesterday morning, trying to get our customers ready because we've been busy creating Christmas gifts and things like that during the week. So we put it off to the last minute, but we had purchased everything that we wanted to do. And what we did was we ended up going to Goodwill and finding a bunch of different Christmas things and crazy things and put them together on sweaters, and it was funny. Anyway, so we look forward to next year's event. So that's all glued on. I just cleaned up some of the extra glue there. You can put another piece on the bottom if you didn't want that showing, but I think it'll be okay. Maybe I'll add some felt or something. So then I just cut my chipboard and I painted along all the edges white. And I can see my pencil mark there, I think. Is that my pencil mark? Oh, no, just a little extra edge. So we'll fill those together. So I've got 2 of each. And I've got my front panel and my back panel. So, and I've cut 1-inch strips here and scored them in half. So they are 1/2 inch. And those are going to help us get our sleigh together. So let's see here. And what I do is, here's my bottom piece. Oh, this is my bottom piece. Okay. So I'm just going to glue this to the bottom of that. So this part here is going to be glued down there, just with regular art glitter glue. And I like creating different things like this. It makes my brain work. It's like, I also like to buy like SVGs and things like that and create those too. But this makes my brain function. So I've got a little, well, I should have did my end pieces. We'll do my end pieces first here. I'm going to leave that because I can see that I've got enough on each end. So actually probably should have done the end pieces first. So I'm going to take my smaller pieces here. Here's my, some of these are cut down. So when I cut these down, I didn't cut these down. So I need to put some glue on here. I get sidetracked a little bit. And just add that there. Like so. Right along the bottom edge. I got it right along that bottom edge. So it's nice and even. I'm going to cut off this extra. So it looks like just a little more than 1/2 inch is what I went shorter. Do another one on this side. The same. The same. So yeah, so we've been doing some Christmas shopping and I think I'm about done, I think. I did get my husband a couple little things this year. Him and I don't usually buy each other gifts anymore because during the year we get, if something we need, we just get it. So like last year I needed it, so because my Cricut just happened to die. It was actually not last year, it was this past year, the same year. So when you buy something like that, then it's rather than waiting until Christmas, it's like, I need it now. And I asked him, I said, my Cricut died. He said, well, I'm going to buy another one. So don't have to tell me twice. So I figured, well, if I got to buy a new one, then I might as well make it a Cricut maker. So I want this to be on the inside of my box here. So I'm going to take this and it's going to go so. I have an arrow pointing down for that one. So I'm just going to bring this in and press it up against there like that. So then it's on the inside of this. Okay. You can do it on the outside, but I want it on the inside. And we're going to cover it with decorative paper and stuff like that. So, and then I'm going to take my next one. And I'm going to do the same thing. some glue on there, just like that. Set this down and line it up, just like that. Yeah, so it's no different. It's not much different than making an actual box. Your shapes are a little different. That's all. Okay. Stand it up a minute. Kind of let those dry. Let them dry a little bit before I keep messing with it. And then we have the little one here. So that's drying. We'll go ahead and attach that. And same thing, it's going to be a little bit long because I cut that one down too. So we'll get it. We'll make adjustments. I just thought it might look a little better if it was just a little bit shorter. Again, I'm just going to fasten that right along that edge there. And then trim that off. But yeah, we've just been kind of hanging out today. My poor little granddaughter was not feeling well today. She told me yesterday, she said, Mima, I don't feel very good after we got back. She goes, I don't feel very good. My head hurts. And I said, all right, I'll let Mama know that you need to go home and rest. So she took her home. This is after the party. So they went home, and sure enough, she started running a fever later on. And then this morning I called my daughter to see how she was doing, and she said, well, she's still sleeping. And I said, well, you better got to really keep that medicine in her if she's running a fever. Sure, woke up about 10 minutes later crying that she wants her Mima. We are very connected to each other, and so if she is not feeling good or falls down or things like that, then she wants Mima. So fortunately they don't live very far away, and I was able to go and soothe her a little bit, and my daughter had given her medicine, and once her fever broke, then I left. It was only a few minutes, and I said, well, give her a popsicle and I'll be over in a minute. So I got there and she was eating a popsicle, and she just wanted to cuddle with me a bit. So we cuddled a little bit and talked, and I got to visit with the boys a little bit. And they are teenagers, so I don't get to see them as much anymore. They have friends and things they want to hang out with, so it's understandable. But so I got to visit with them a little bit, my daughter a little bit. After about 20 minutes or so, then fever was broke, and I could go back home and get started on stuff. So that is one of the reasons I was behind today. Another one is my husband was gone, and he let the dogs out for me this morning, and he was going out, and so he told me, climb back in bed. So I did, and I fell asleep. And I slept way longer than I have slept in a long time, so I must have needed it too. I was very shocked at the time when I woke up. It was like 9:30. I was so surprised. But typically I am up about 5:30, 5:45 at the latest, but typically it's right around 5:30 in the morning during the week, because I get up with him and get his lunch and stuff like that, and that's when my day starts. So for me to sleep in that long, it kind of surprised me. I was kind of shocked that I slept that long. But hey, my husband said, you must have needed it. He's very, very good about things like that. You must have needed it. That's all it is. I'm like, okay. All right, then I don't feel so bad. But, yep. So, it is what it is, I can't do anything about it. That time is gone, and it's all right. That's all right. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not one that stays up really late because I do get up so early. Like Loie, she stays up really late, and so it's normal for her to sleep in a tiny bit. But I always tell her, you got your days and nights mixed up, and she laughs at me. But one of her friends works evenings, and then they like to play card games and stuff, so then she will stay up a little later and visit with her and stuff. So it's just, we all have our little wake and sleeping things, don't we? Yep, we all have different schedules. And so I'm hoping to be able to get together with Loie this week and craft a little. We were planning on last Thursday, but I was so far behind on stuff that I just couldn't do it. So deciding to make 12 Days of Christmas for teachers is a big commitment. And once you start, then you really got to keep up with that. So, and I love doing it. Don't get me wrong. I love doing it, and it's fun. And it's fun for Brooklyn. And so, yep. We like to make the special memories for the little ones. What have you guys been up to? If you feel like commenting in the box there about what you've been up to, I'd love to hear it. Love to hear what you guys are up to. That's fun for me. All right, let's go ahead and decorate the sides. Now, this is just regular color cardstock. This is an older Bow Bunny, and it is item number 191012221, White Arctic Rim. Let's see, is there a year? Oh, 2015. So, yep, it's older. But I think if you go online, you can get digital prints some of the Bow Bunny, I think. And I can't remember what it's through. Maybe if you just type in Bow Bunny digital, I'm not sure. And I'm going to have to trim these down because I did these when they were still the full size before I trimmed them down. So I just traced around the outside of the boxes here, or the pieces to the box. I just trimmed around the outside and laid them out on here. So this box is laid out exactly like the other box, and we'll just trim off the extra. Let's see. So, yeah, I live in Michigan, so it's been a bit chilly, but not horrible. We've actually had a fairly mild winter, knock on wood. And we are so thankful that God is blessing us with a mild winter. I know there's a lot of people that like skiing and stuff, but I am not a winter person. And everybody's like, well, why don't you just move to Florida? And it's like, because my husband won't move to Florida. He loves Michigan. He likes the seasons. And I get that. But I could definitely live without all the seasons personally. But everybody's like, well, then why do you live in Michigan? Well, that's where my husband is, and I'm married to my husband. So it's like after, oh geez, what have we been? We've been together. We've been married, be this year, 40 years. Christmas Eve we'll be married, and we've been together 41 years. 40 years. 40 years this year, Christmas Eve. And we've been together, it'll be 43 years in June. So, yeah. A while. Let's just say a while. How about that? All right. Let me make sure I got any pencil marks erased here. But yeah, it's a long time. So I was in the grocery store one day and in line, and I don't know, we started chatting, and there was like 3 or 4 of us in line, and someone said something about marriage. I said, yeah, I've been, at that time it was probably like 35 years or something like that. And I said, yeah, I've been married 35 years. One guy goes, to the same person? We all started laughing. I said, yeah, to the same person. That was funny. We all thought that was funny. But, because, yeah, you could be married, you know, a bunch of years, but to different people. So, I like talking with different people. I quite often will start conversations with people in line. Just random conversations, you know, while you're waiting. I have a lot of patience when I'm in a store. I don't know why. I just do. I don't get upset with people, and I don't get frustrated if the line isn't moving fast enough. I just have a lot of patience. Thankfully, God has blessed me with patience while I'm in the store. Now, when I'm driving, however, I mean, I don't get road rage or anything, but I don't have much patience for the way some other people drive. Sad to say, but I try to. I've gotten a lot better at it. I mean, I don't get furious at them and do anything drastic or anything like that, but I get frustrated with them. So, but yeah. So I've gotten a lot better at that. Even it's like, you know, if you're in such a hurry, Deanna, then you should have left, you know, 10 minutes earlier. You know what traffic can be. So it's like I turn it back on myself because I'm not going to blame them unless they do something really. I mean, sometimes you get some drivers out there that they just are not paying attention, especially nowadays with the phones and stuff. I mean, we have the Mackinac Bridge up between our 2 peninsulas, and it is way up there. You go off that bridge and you're done. I mean, it'd be like hitting cement. So it's in very heavy traffic all the time, and wind conditions. There's just so many different variables. And last year we were going up, me and my daughter were going up, and it was winter time, and there was a lot of snow on the ground, and the bridge was icy. And this woman literally had both of her hands off the steering wheel and was on her phone driving over that bridge. And so it's things like that, I guess, that I get more upset on. Or if they're just sitting at a stoplight and they're on their phone and they're not paying attention, and, you know, so silly things like that, I guess, bother me more than anything. It's like, you know, save your phone for later, you know. And I know several states have no, and I think Michigan is going to a no-touch law too, where you can't be on your phone. At least I heard that, but I haven't seen anything on the news, you know. So, but I know that's what they wanted to do, no-touch rule. So, and maybe they do, and maybe you just don't hear about people getting pulled over for it. But so anyway, just kind of, I don't know, venting, I guess. But it is what it is, right? You can't change other people. You can only change yourself, no matter what it is. So, but yeah. So, but I am thankful that God is working with me and molding me and forming me and showing me that, you know, just be a little more. It'll be okay. It'll be okay, Deanna. So I do appreciate that. He works with me all the time. Makes me happy. Makes me happy. So, all right. And then this is the back piece here. Okay. And they actually go together. The hardest thing was cutting out the chipboard. And I just use this same knife here. And this is an old Cricut mat. So I do have a self-healing mat. Well, it's supposed to be self-healing. So we are memory keepers one, and it's not very good at self-healing. So I probably should pick up a new sewing one, because I know those are more self-healing. And you can see the extra edge there. That'll all be covered up. It'll all be covered up in a minute. We're going to cover it up with some what do they call it? Pipe cleaners, silver pipe cleaners. We're going to use these. We're going to use those to cover it up. Yeah. So it makes a nice box. Makes a nice box. I like it. Thought, man, I don't want it to be. I did first look for some red, and I thought, you know what? These are adult women. They might like something a little different. Did I miss my other? Oh, there it is. Well, I missed my other things. So let me see here. Gotta do it this way. I'm going to smudge that. I thought I had smudged them, but I guess not. Yeah, I wanted to smudge them with that blue there. There we go. I'll do it now while I'm thinking of it. So, and this is just Mermaid Lagoon, Tim Holtz Distress Oxide. And it just adds that extra little touch to it. Let's see, make sure we got all the edges there. Yeah, that looks good. We'll just, one of these I'll have to touch again because of the, I'll be cutting it off, but all right, let's do it. Oh, it's got to be up and down, I think. I'm trying to figure out which way I want it. Just like that. I actually kind of want it like that instead. All right, so we're going to do it that way. Going to do it that way. What else has been going on? Not much else. Really. Don't have time for much else. My husband and I went out for pizza last night and met his sister. Supposed to meet his sister and brother-in-law, but brother-in-law wasn't feeling too good. He had some tummy issues going on. Not flu bug or anything like that. Just a little severe indigestion or something. I don't know. So she still met us. She is a jeweler. She's worked in the jewelry field. Oh, geez, for years and years. She used to be manager of Zales, and yeah, so now she works with a little family-owned jewelry store and she always has done very well. She's a good salesperson. She's a good salesperson. All right, so we're going to glue those down. So these are just our inside pieces, and I already shortened them, and I put a circle and a circle to match. So I'm just going to, I think I just test fitted it, so it fit in there pretty good. Yeah, so actually when I cut these, I cut out two at the same time. I did everything twice. So that way I wasn't getting the stuff out and then putting it back, getting it out, putting it back. And if it doesn't line up exactly, it's okay, because we're going to put some fur around the edge there. So it should be all right. Because I'm human and I don't always cut things just exactly straight. Especially when I laid it out when they were not put together, and then you put it together and it can kind of change it just a little bit. But if they come close enough, I will be happy. I will be happy if we come close enough, because the fur and stuff will cover up the edges. But see how fast they're going together? once you get everything cut, they just go together so nice. And you can see I have a little bit hanging over there. So I actually want to, I don't know if I can, I'm not sure if I can get it to trim off or not. Oh, maybe. Maybe scissors. Scissors? Yeah, let's use scissors. If I can get it close, then the actual fur that I'm going to put on there will cover the rest. So wet. Ouch. Sharp scissors. Okay, I think that'll work now. I think that'll work. That one looks good. Okay. Right, this is my piece. Now this one wasn't cut down yet, so I'm going to mark it with my pencil. I'll just trim it on my trimmer here a second. Put it through the trimmer, get a nice flush cut. Again, I gotta step over I got my glue gun sitting here, so I gotta step over my glue gun. And we're gonna smudge that edge again. Yeah. My daughter got quite a few gifts done for people this week. She was working on 8x10 canvases, doing different artwork on them, and she learned how to work the Cricut in just a matter of minutes. She was watching me, and pretty soon I don't know, I had to go out of the room for something, and I come back in, she goes, I got this all set up here. I didn't press anything though, because I wasn't quite sure, but she had done it all right. So I was impressed. But the Cricut machine is pretty easy to use. It kind of walks you through it as you're doing it, so it's not terrible. My friend Val, she had I went over to see her on Wednesday. She lives up north from me. And hi Val, if you're watching, love you. She got a silhouette machine given to her from her brother, which was very nice. But oh my goodness, I'll tell you, I'm like, can't be that hard, right? You know, I've been using Cricuts for years, but we both had kind of a little stress headache by the time we were done, by the time we got it all loaded and everything. But I think it'll work just fine once she starts playing with it. I said, just play with it. You can't hurt anything. Just play with it. So I think that's what she's going to do. But whew, just to set that thing up was an experience. But I've never owned a silhouette. I own the Cricut, and I'm up to the Cricut Maker now. I started with, I think I started with the Cricut Expressions, not the littlest one, the next one they come out with. I started with that one, and then I got an Explore Air, and then now I've got the Maker. So, yeah. So, but I told my husband, I said, I think I'm just going to get the Maker because it's not much more than the other one, and it's the new model. So, and he don't care. He did not care. Whoops, dang it. I just had that. I have to redo that. Okay. I just disengaged that little bottom piece there, but that's all right. This will put it right all back together. It must have been off just a little bit because this was wanting to lay in there crooked. So, my first one I put together, I didn't attach those until after I was all done because, you know, this is square, right? So if this is all even the way it's supposed to be, then yeah, close enough, I guess. All right. Didn't even need that much. Look at that. Just need a long edge. Silly woman. All right, we're going to go ahead and glue that to the base, which is right here. So I get on my hot glue. And, oops, I'm going to need another. For something like this, I like to use my big glue gun. And we're just going to lay a nice bead of hot glue on there. to hold everything down. And this is my front. Bring it right up to the edge in the middle, I think. Try to make sure it's in the middle. Looks pretty good. Press it down. Ooh. And I'm going to get that excess there. Okay. That's it. There. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to switch glue guns. Bring in my little one. There we go. Get all this stuff out of my way. Don't need that. I do need these. Don't need that. Just get this stuff out of my way so I'm not throwing stuff all around. Okay. So this is from the Target dollar spot, and it is $1. And it's just a nice little fur here. Let me move this. I don't need this anymore. All right. Perfect. All right. And so I just started on an edge. And oh, gotta do it this way. Just like that. Tap it down. So yeah, this is really soft stuff. I don't know exactly what it is, but it is very soft. And I just run a bead of glue and put it down. The one year I did 52 weeks of Christmas. I had a year where I was just so busy that I didn't have time to get everything done that I wanted. So I thought, and that was actually my very first series. That's what I actually started with when I started my YouTube videos. And I thought, I'm going to do 52 weeks of Christmas and do the stuff that I did not get. I thought I easily probably got 52 things, right? And that was fun. That was fun. It's a lot though, but you know, people put out videos every week anyway, so I guess it's no different than that. So, but yeah, so that was interesting. Then as soon as I got done, I had one of my, they say, are you going to do another 52 weeks at Christmas? And I said, not right away. Not right away. Can't say never, just not right away. But yeah, so I got a lot of things done that I had wanted to do for years, you know, because by the next year, the new things come out and you're like, oh, I want to try that. So then you put everything else aside and work on something like that. And then it's like, oh, I still got all this materials for this. And I found that I have to actually check every year before I start shopping again, because I end up buying a lot of the same things over and over and over, and then I put too many in. So like when we had a garage sale, it's a lot of craft and paper crafting stuff in my sale, and I literally had, you know, some things, 5, 6 of the same craft items, especially Dollar Tree, because when they come out with their stuff every year, you think, oh, I want to make that, so I need blah, blah, many of these. Well, you might use 2 of them or whatever, and then again, you buy them in the next year. So I ended up selling some of that stuff for cheaper than you could buy it at Dollar Tree. So it's like, you're just going to have to be more careful. That's just a waste of your funds, you know. So, and I've been trying to do that with some other things too. It's like, you know, if you can cut it out in your Cricut or do something like that, because that's things you already have, then do that. Don't need new stuff all the time, but it's hard. It is so hard because they come out with such cute things each year, you know. every year they come out with such adorable new products and new dyes and new stamps and, you know, and it's like, oh, but I try to remember, do I have something similar to that? Can I create that with what I have? And I think Tim Holtz is probably one of my biggest weaknesses because he has some very nice products every year. All right, so now I'm going to do, oops, get that string off of there. Just the silver pipe cleaner here. I think I did it around the edges. Yes, I did it along the bottom here. And then on the bottom and up the sides. Get that on there without burning myself. Okay. Oh, I didn't cut this one. That's right. I bent this one around the corner. I bent this one like that. There we go. That made it a little easier. Just kind of holding it. Sets up fairly quick. And I think I had enough to go around this edge. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to cut that right there. But yeah, I like creating new things, different things, and sometimes I'll see something and I'll think, oh, I want to create that, and I'll want to create it just almost exactly like the other artist had created it. And to me, that is a compliment. I'm not doing it to sell anything. I'm not duplicating other people's stuff and, you know, selling it. But to me, if someone recreates what I've created, that's a compliment to me that they liked it enough to want to create that same thing. So I don't mind. Like I said, it's not nothing I'm selling or anything, but this I just kind of, I had the sleighs and I thought, or the sleds, and I thought, you know, I'm just gonna, and this is one like I wanted to do last year, and I thought, I'm just gonna do those, and got around to do it this year. I thought, oh, that'll be perfect. One of my 12 days of Christmas. Sometimes I have a lot in my mind of what exactly I want to do, but I typically don't think I got 12 days already in my head, but some of them I like, this is exactly what I want to do, and I will do that. And other times it's like, I don't know. So I've created, let's see, I've only got this week, and then their 12 days will be done. It worked out perfect with the way the Christmas vacations and stuff, they had exactly 12 days of school before their winter break, before their Christmas break. So it worked out perfect. So I thought, okay, that's what we're going to do. And like I think I've told you before, the one year for the boys, I did all the teachers. I did the art teacher, the music teacher, the gym teacher, the counselor, and the regular teacher. I did 12 days of Christmas for all of them. That is too much. So when I said something to my daughter about doing 12 days of Christmas, she goes, "You are crazy." I said, "Well, I'm only going to do it for 2. How about that?" She said, "Well, you can do it for all, but," she says, that was a lot. That was a lot, Mom. I'm like, okay. So it's less stressful. But back then, I mean, we could do a lot of baking. I don't know if they allow home baked goods now or not. I'm not sure, but we did some baking things but some hand pies, stuff like that. But yeah, we had fun. I had fun, I should say. And Loie thinks I'm a little crazy too because of all I do. She says, you don't have enough to do, because I do Elf on the Shelf, and we do those for the boys too. And my daughter's like, you don't have to do that. And I said, well, I did it for the boys, and why should, just because she came along later, why should she, not have that same enjoyment that they had? There, it is done. I think it's cute. Now I'll fill it with some mint candies or something. I'll put some candies in there and send it along. I don't think it needs, the handles, the little sleigh handles, or I don't know, because I thought about that too. I thought about, well, I could put this through and have like sleigh handles, but I don't think it needs it. So, all right, I'm going to get out of here and go get my dinner ready. It's 5:45 p.m. where I am. So I'm going to go make up the dinner. So when my husband walks in the door, it's all ready. And thanks for dropping in. And I hope to see you next Sunday. And I'll appreciate everybody that's a subscriber. Thank you for subscribing and watching. And if you're not a subscriber, if you would like to be, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down in the right-hand corner. A bell will pop up. If you hit that bell, you can be notified each time I put up a new video. So blessings to you and your families. As always, love you. Hugs. Bye-bye.